Hello, my sweet crafty friends. Let's make a cute old-fashioned jar of candy canes using these Dollar Tree items. I have this glass jar, some wooden dowels, and a strainer, a little mini strainer. The first thing I did was cut all of those points off of that strainer. I used my wire cutters. I did have to work pretty hard to get them off, but they eventually came off. Now I have some brown paint and some orange paint. I believe this was a pumpkin or a rust color, along with just some basic brown. I mixed in a little bit of spackle into each color. And now I'm using a sponge dauber brush and daubing that brown and spackly colored right on top of that little mesh strainer. Once I got that applied, I went ahead and did a quick dry coat with my heat tool. Going to go around with the orange, just kind of scattering it throughout, not a complete coverage. Got that dry, and now we'll apply some more brown and sprinkle it with some Dollar Tree cinnamon. Look at how yummy that looks. Oh goodness, Roxy's got a toy in the background. I'm super sorry, friends. Now I'm taking those wooden dowels and I'm cutting them down into a size that will fit right inside that jar. We're going to take two pieces and glue them together. Oh goodness, Roxy. And we're going to take some red fabric, torn in strips, that has been coffee grunged. Now this is a red fabric with little white polka dots. I am so sorry, guys. You are getting Roxy. We're just going to twirl that around the wooden dowels by putting a little bit of glue on one end, twirling it, and dabbing some glue on the other end. Look at that. Now again, there's two dowels that are glued together with the fabric twirled around it. Now I have some cheesecloth that has been coffee stained, grunged up and baked in the oven. And we're just cutting off a rough piece there and wrapping it around our candy cane. Look at how cute that looks. Again, just dabbing it with a little bit of glue on each end. Now just cutting a quick small piece of this cheesecloth to go on each of those little candy canes. You can see it wasn't anything special. It's the edges are very rough and raw, which is making this super cute. All right, there we go. Now I think we've got all of our candy canes wrapped. Look at how cute that is in that jar. Now I'm going to take a nice long piece of that cheesecloth and wrap it around the rim of our glass jar. Just going to kind of fray the edges a little bit. Then we will put that little strainer right on top with some hot glue. Before we do that, we're going to add some jingle bells and a tag. So I have some rusty jingle bells. And I have some twine there, and I'm just putting a tiny bit of hot glue on the end of it, letting it cool, and then I'll just kind of dab it with my fingers to bring it to a point so that I can get those bells onto that twine a lot easier. Oops, dropped one on the floor there. Okay, now we'll just wrap that around and tie it on right by our cheesecloth. Look at how cute that looks. Now we'll take a tag. It's a fairly large tag, so I went ahead and tore it a little bit. And we're going to use a paint pen, and we're going to write candy canes on there. Yes, my camera was backwards, so you don't get to see how it really looked. I apologize for that. Now I'm using some antique wax, Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm just going to go around the little circle of that tag along with the edges and kind of gunk it up a little bit. And we're going to use some potting soil ink by Ranger. Just going to rub it around. I think this one is espresso. Just a couple different colors of ink. I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water, and that's going to kind of meld all of those colors together. And then I hit it with the heat tool, and look at that wonderful tag and how it turned out. All right, now we'll just add our hot glue. Attach that to the top, and there we go, sweet friends. I just love it. Can't get any better than that. Thanks for watching, friends.